Hey y'all, welcome back to Skate 2. I'm Insetic, with me again is Blank Tester.
Hey kids, how's it going?
Matt Rocks 101.
Hey, I'm Matt.
And Turo.
Yeah.
So in this video, we've got some pros to impress. We need to go up and meet Danny Way and some of the group at the Megapark. And then we're also going to be looking at the death races. The first group of, death races and such.
Right on.
Shit.
Right.
Danny
Cougar Mountain, that's a
freaking
good
Way.
name.
Yeah.
Thank you to the commenter in the last series who told us where that was from. That was from one of the Insetsu praise from like 8 years ago.
Yeah. I saw that.
Even I had forgotten about that.
And also seeing more
way.
parts of the world, so teleporting up to the very top is Cougar Mountain. So like, again, if you remember the Skate 1 map, the suburbs and the whole northern part of it was completely redone, obliterated, and now it's, this mountain where there's going to be like a full kind of mountain path on the west side of the whole map. And just
that,
lead
that,
into
that
the
thing
city.
you just passed by there, I think, was in the first game. That little... what is that? Cylinder
know.
tube?
I think
the
this
rest
is
of this
all
certainly
the-
wasn't.
No, but I mean, I feel like
damn.
that's a familiar landmark, so someone could be like, oh god, this is that same area from the first
Wow,
game.
they
This is what it
really
looks like
they
now.
really changed up. Yeah.
They changed everything else up around it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I don't know
actually
if anyone has done like a real actual how far away these things are in Skate 1 compared to Skate 2, because it certainly feels like some parts of the, great earthquake of San Vanalona picked something up and just carried it like a mile north and put it back down.
You know waves, right? You've seen like a wave pick up something up in the ocean and move it. That's what earthquakes do to ground.
Yeah, they're just
Why
like
don't we
air
pick it up
waves.
and
Yeah, they're
Or, like,
ground
solid
waves.
waves.
They pick things up like buildings and just kind of like...
It
Toss
could
them
also be, I don't mean to ruin your guys' joke train, but it could also be that geologic activity has caused the two tectonic plates to shift and then more ground rose in between.
True, spitting facts.
No way, dude. Look at that thing. Come on, guys. PJ? Nah, I don't wear pads. I think I'm just gonna skate these stairs right here. Hey, PJ's right. Maybe later. I got a rail over here to warm up on.
All right, no worries. It's cool. I guess I'll just skate by myself then. Thanks.
Yo, they're probably right, because Danny's off the hook. I would warm up a little bit with Duffy and PJ.
Dang. If we want to roll with Danny Way, we gotta chill with some, street skaters first.
It's crazy they just give you the park first, though, isn't it?
Yeah, they introduced this really early compared to, it being a, end game
final
reward in
thing.
Skate 1. But before we continue, we're going to look kind of at the trick guide. I think this has also been majorly revamped, and I think this is a lot better than the guide was in Skate 1. Skate 1, you were, sideways and kind of hard to tell what was going on. But then here it's got, these kind of animations and some stuff written for everything. I think just presented in a much better way and is going to get into all of the major kind of extra mechanics and stuff that was added, like finger flips. And so here especially is where I was playing kind of more limited, but here is where, this is your introduction to all this stuff, so now everything's fair game,
I didn't know that
finger
had a
flips
name.
and one-footed grabs and stuff, and the things like no complies and hippie flips, all
Cradle
that kind
to
of stuff,
tail.
or hippie jumps, kind of all that stuff that's just included along the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crossing your bone.
Shifty nose grab.
Yeah.
I thought that was a trick called a shifty nose bone for a second.
Including some of the new things like the Super Dude.
I remember that one.
Yeah. Because they can't call it a Superman.
Oh, that's right.
guess
They can't. Yeah.
For some reason, yeah.
I forgot about that. That's in something else too, isn't it?
I don't know.
Again,
I know
in SSX, Moby used to have the Superman bar spin, and then in SSX 2012, he had to have the Superb Man bar spin.
Yeah.
Johnny Superb Man.
I knew it was something else that had to
But,
censor Superman.
Yeah, so in terms of grabs and such, so you have your basic, just hit a trigger button to be one of your hands, and then A or X or so, but there will be different ones specifically for in nose grabbing first, and then tail grabbing first, and then spin-offs of those. Like you saw the air walk and the tail walk and such. And yeah, the hippie jump, so again, with A and X, or again, cross and square being your 2 feet, what happens if you, I guess, prime both your feet. You'll jump, but not take the board with you, which is actually a really, really good way of changing your stance. If I'm, riding with the wrong foot forward and then I want to get to the other one, to be much better than doing a 180, jump and doing a 180, or like even trying to initiate a revert. Just do a hippie jump and turn in the air,
Hey, look, there's that staircase I talked about last game. Here it is, it's back.
Yeah.
I can get up here this time.
Yeah, because Retta invented walking 5 years ago.
Yeah, finally he did it.
Yeah.
Took him 2 years.
Yeah.
Humans
Walking was
evolved to skate.
invented when John Walking decided to use both of his legs at the same time.
And everyone were like, hey, what's that guy doing? What's John Walking doing? What's he up to
dude,
over
what
there?
if I pushed with both legs?
What's
Oh
up?
my
What's
God.
They're like, you
Walking
can't
doing?
push
Look at
with
him.
both legs. It's like, no, I mean like one at a time.
What's he
Like, you
doing
put your-
over there? He's moving.
switch.
He's moving around.
They called Newton crazy. They called John Walking crazy.
Yeah.
Look at him though. He did it. That's where we get walking from today.
Also, no one was impressed about using both of your legs at the same time because Christopher Jumpin invented jumping 3
That's
years,
right. He was already
3 years
doing that
before
shit.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was old news.
His name is
Yeah.
Oliver Jumping, which is where the name Ollie comes from.
Exactly.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That rail looks awful. It goes straight into a wall. I
Well,
wouldn't
I
want to
mean-
grind that.
Yeah.
That rail, it doesn't
Well, if
go
that wall
anywhere.
wasn't there,
Look
you'd
at
be
your
falling
runoff.
50
It's
feet
so
off a
tight.
cliff.
This is awful. Yeah, you had to. And where does this go? It doesn't go anywhere.
There like used to be a house there, but
You can't even
yeah.
sit here and watch the skaters. This isn't even for people to watch people skateboard down here. There's just nothing here.
I mean, I don't even know what. Yeah, there's no view even for like non-skaters.
Yeah.
This is nothing.
There's a big wall there. Just yeah. What are you gonna do there?
Maybe
They
you
didn't
could
even have
have
like
a
a
very
table
small.
and chair. I couldn't even like have a picnic here.
You could have a very small, closed-in concert here.
You could have a flat ground contest.
Yeah.
Although I think you need
Again,
a
a very
little bit more
small
land
one.
for flat ground because you need to move around a little bit. Like some stuff needs like
I
just
forgot
the
about this
slightest bit of
railing.
momentum.
It's so weird that they wanted you to learn grinding on this fucking railing that goes nowhere. Like, you
I
think
mean,
they
hey,
wanna,
it also
like,
teaches you
show
how to
off a
use your
better part
session
of the
marker,
map.
I guess.
Something crazy's gonna go down. Let's go check it out.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, now it's time to jam with Danny freaking Way.
Danny
Yeah.
frickin' way.
I like this line here from Retta.
Yo, PJ and Duffy is psyched. Let's see if you can still hang with Danny.
Like he's just like,
Yeah, die.
yeah, right. You're gonna get schooled. But yeah, welcome to the Megapark. It's seen better days. It's mostly like the first one, but with some pieces that have changed over the last 5 years. Like this start, I was actually kind of hoping I would screw up the start because I usually screw up the start. It is way harder than you think to like clear that first gap and get down there. So like honestly, it actually is pretty hard. So normally like go over here and use this.
Yeah.
I
But
don't
it's,
like the redesign that much,
yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah, I prefer the Skate One park, but that's also because that was the park that they had in skating. That's the one that I played in my childhood.
Oh
so.
god. Oh, he's dead. It's not even.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't put you back up at the top when you bail this time. Interesting.
Well, also because
oh,
you have to reach the end of the run.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
There
Right.
it is.
Yeah, this is like what you guys mentioned at the end of Skate 1, where it was like, hey, it was way too easy to just cheese the first jump or so and get all your points there. So yeah, they make you go to the very end now, and they've added things along the way, like that little kidney bowl.
I
which is
guess
awful.
they got
Don't
rid of the
use
rail
that.
there, didn't they?
Yeah, no.
there's no rail there anymore.
Once again, they
They
tried to
realized
fix
nobody
the
could
problem.
grind it.
Yeah, they tried. No one could grind that rail, so they tried to put something else there that was even less useless, but also at least it doesn't get in your way.
Even more useless. Yeah.
Yeah.
The bowl
Yeah.
that you're not.
Now
going to
it's just
skate.
even more like telegraphing to you. Hey, just jump this. Just
Yeah, I was
jump
gonna say they could have just put a pool there.
All
Whoa,
right, but
the world
it's
had
a
to load
best
in.
of 3 against Danny Way, and sometimes he'll get like no points, sometimes he'll get like 20,000.
Oh,
It
good.
actually doesn't seem to be based on how well you're doing.
Oh.
It genuinely seems to maybe just be random. So, well, you have to beat him 2 out of 3 times, and you make sure to try because he could get a bunch of points. You know.
I was gonna say I don't
We're
like
playing
the.
Dave Mirror rules.
I don't like this one as much because the run-up gives you so much speed that it's almost impossible not to bail off of that
Yeah.
coming back. Which, I mean, like, it was kind of challenging in the first game, I guess, to not bail coming back, but it's, like, really hard now to not bail coming back.
Yeah, but this is again where, like, with the high camera, that kind of helps you set up your landings more. Of course, then they're going to, like, give you so much air that you go away from the ramp far enough that the game is like, you're falling too much. We're gonna crash you.
You've aired to flat from a quarter pipe somehow.
Yeah.
But,
You did like the guy at the X Games.
See,
someone was going to bring it up.
We even swore we weren't going to bring him up, and we did.
I didn't swear anything. You know, whenever we were doing the swearing, my hand was not on the Bible when we were doing it.
Oh.
Yeah, so I don't
actually
have
had
to honor
both
it.
of my hands on the Bible.
I don't actually have to honor my part
Yeah, I
of the
thought
deal.
maybe Turo would cover for you by doing that, but
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I did it twice for you. Come on.
I'm not an
come on.
honorable man. I'm a thief. There's no honor among these thieves.
I mean, he is a man of magic, so...
I'm a man of magic, you know?
The Mat of Magic.
Yeah.
Matt.
That's what the T stands for.
Yeah.
That's what the T stands for.
Hey, look, you can go over it this time.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
this is also, like, the first reliable time I can get to, like, an X3 multiplier, so, well, there, you could see how it kind of looks. Again, I think it looks a little, like, slapped on top compared to the bar that would fill up and get more green and active in Skate 1.
I wonder if the
and
UI
how, like,
didn't
the
just
colors would saturate more.
get as
They
many
got rid of that
revisions
whole
as it needed.
saturating thing.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where when watching, it bugs me more than when playing.
Exactly,
When playing,
yeah.
I obviously have to care about other shit, so I don't care that it looks kind of tacky. But when watching, I can just focus on that.
I think maybe they changed the UI in service of, well, I don't know. I'll speculate after.
Dude, that was so sick. Looks like the time you spent in the can didn't take too much off your game.
Yo, Danny, seriously? You gotta check out Homie's footy. It's off the hook.
Hey, I'm gonna sit down with Colin and the team and check it out. But in the meantime, dude, I really have to go skate. I got some stuff I gotta get done.
I was gonna say the UI may have changed because they they thought maybe like in the moment it's easier to read while you're playing, because like you said, when you're playing it doesn't bother you,
Right.
but when you're watching it back it bothers you, and it may be one of those things that like watching it back aesthetically you like the first way, but during gameplay it may be easier to read quickly.
Also,
one
maybe
cool
it's just
detail.
they wanted to change it to fit the aesthetic of the new game, because there was
The whole
quite a bit
game
of
is-
aesthetic change.
Yeah.
One cool detail that you notice on your guy after you bails, he'll start getting really dirty when he bails a bunch.
Yeah, actually, he does that really fast, and, like, if you wear, like, a t-shirt, it starts getting, sweat-soaked in the back and such. And part of me is like, no, I bought this t-shirt because it looked cool when dry. I don't want this thing to become, like, wet and faded,
I don't think it's wet. I think it's got, like, dirt marks all over it, because he's, like,
yeah.
falling down and scraping on, like, the ground and the ground.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
sit
and
on the
especially
ground.
you saw, like,
It's
the bloody
dirty.
elbows. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he gets bloody elbows.
All right, so
I love this
competing with
area.
Danny Way and such, now a bunch of pros open up. You have to go and do a certain amount of missions, so yeah.
Yo, what's up, hairy face? What are you doing?
Damn, you got more hair on your back than I do on my face, kid. Burn!
Who says burn? What's the matter with you? What are you doing? What's going on? What do you got?
I got a line that I want to do here. I was just wondering if maybe you'd want to film it.
Oh, no doubt. What kind of crazy question is that? You mind if my homie joins us?
Yeah, we can make it a doubles line, whatever.
Just like that, your guy is gone.
So you need to ride with a certain amount of pros, and, like, the ones I picked either are going to show new areas or introduce mechanics or set up brands that I might want to ride for. So Chris Haslam, this might be your introduction to, hippie jumping, finger flipping, leg flipping. So I
cool.
jumped over that beam while my board rode under it, and it was sick.
Have you ever been able to pull off a hippie flip in either game so far?
Nope.
No.
I was never
neither.
able to do it in the first game, but I saw a lot of people who would show that off.
Yeah, that's again an unintended thing. You're not going to get extra points for doing so, but it does look cool.
The cutscenes, is it in this one that has the tips, right?
It's
the
this one that
cutscenes?
has
Yeah, because
the
this
loading
one
tip that
has
says
it where it
hippie
says that
flips,
you can
have to
now
do
do
the hard
hippie
way.
jumps, but hippie flips have to be done the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I
I've
thought
always
was funny.
I've always wondered about that $5 thing. If you actually took a photo of PJ Ladd doing an invert, if the game would give you $5.
I don't know. Might still be on the table.
What's up, Nabs?
What up, Bretta? What do you want?
From you, nothing. We're just looking for some spots to skate.
Hey, man, my stuff's private. But I got this spot, but there's only one way to it. It's creature style. You down?
Yeah, we're down. Let's do this.
A mysterious
Yeah.
shadow of a skateboard in the ground.
Darren Navarrete with Creature, one of the skaters added for this game, and one of the brands added for this game. You know, like Creature. I don't know a lot of the smaller skateboard brands, but just
Once
trying to
again,
go
I think
around
it's
the
really
table
cool they
and
got
such.
slalom skating in here because, again, that's one of those things that's just not in Skater XL or
Session or
I
or
mean,
Session really is slalom
I mean, with
skating.
how people complain about the follow missions, even if they're short, it can be like, damn it,
I
Darren,
don't mean
why
the
did
following.
you go off
I
and
mean
wreck into the boxes?
paths
you
to
know?
slalom down in general, not following him, but I mean like
I guess so,
those little
yeah.
paths where there's no ramps or anything. There's maybe one or two things in the way, and you just crouch down, grab your board, and you slalom through it. Like, it's really cool that Skate included that. Skate 1 and 2 both had those in it, and 3 as well. And that's
and then
that's really
this
cool.
is one
to
of
me.
the twofers where you got
Oh. Vert
Yeah,
with the
sometimes
vampire.
a pro's first mission is to just follow them to their actual mission, and so here it's this kind of hidden half pipe, and now you have
Played
to,
around here a lot.
do what it shows. Vert with the vampire.
I think this area is in my Bales video because there's a trash can right there, and NPCs would get stuck on it and it would go flying through the air.
oh hell yeah.
Yeah, there's some pros I wonder about more, like Darren Navarrete. Like, I'd never heard of him until this game, but I mean, he's got the nickname The Vertical Vampire, and even, like, people in the game and the mission name here references that, so, like, how big is he, or what are his major parts?
He's called the Vertical Vampire because he's a vampire and he stands up straight. He has a very straight
Oh,
posture.
not a
like
slouched
when he's
over
sleeping, they call him the horizontal vampire.
Right, he's
Right,
not one of those
exactly.
stomach crawler vampires.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's not the slouching. Not a
they have bad
sloucher.
posture. They don't
Right.
stand up straight all the way. I'm
And now
I
you've
kind of
stolen
look
his
like a vampire
clothes.
most of the time, to be honest.
Right.
You got
I
his
stole
gear
his
and his
clothes.
clothing. Yeah.
It's kind of funny in the intro, he was the guy who ate the ice cream cone, but he had fangs,
And he also just like
Oh, I didn't notice
bit into
that.
it. He
Yeah,
bit
that's
into it.
cool.
Oh. Oh.
Ugh, I can't bite directly into ice cream.
I know that hurts my teeth too.
Yeah.
I grew
He's
up. I had
hardcore like
sensitive
that.
teeth like my whole life, and like if I drank water that was too cold, it would hurt my teeth so much, and I could never
Wow.
bite into ice creams or anything. And now that I'm like older, it's not as bad, but biting straight into ice cream still hurts my teeth a lot.
Yeah.
guys
Nowadays, go ahead.
No, you got.
Nowadays, I'm in pursuit of the coldest drinks possible, so
Oh.
that's kind of my thing.
Apple Butters, what's your deal?
Hey, what's up, Gio? Long time no see. I'm just trying to get this line real quick. You want to film it?
Yeah, I'm down to film. As long as homie can roll with, cool?
Let's do it. Follow me.
You guys talking about sensitive teeth just reminded me of something from my childhood that, like, it was a memory I'd locked away, since then, 20 years ago. I can't believe this. Okay, I'm not gonna say this kid's name, or I guess he's an adult now. But, like, when I was a kid, there was a new kid at our little elementary school, whatever. I don't remember what grade I was in. And this kid would eat graham crackers in the worst fucking way.
Oh, God.
The two ways he would eat them were he would, like, break off a piece and just let it dissolve in his mouth.
Oh no.
Okay. First of all, that's what I do with Sour Patch Kids. So
Sour Patch Kids is fine. Graham crackers.
I feel like I have done that at least once as a
Hold
kid.
on, the second way is worse. The second way, he dunked them in water.
Ah! Oh man.
All right. You guys want to hear the most like insane like?
Hold on, I just have to explain. So it's not a total character assassination. He said that it was because he had sensitive teeth. That said, I had also seen him eating all other kinds of food. Just no other restrictions. It was just graham crackers that he ate weird.
I feel like I don't think dumping them in water. Okay, well maybe he had different kinds of sensitive teeth
like,
than I did.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
they were soft and weird.
Yeah, no, that's like having cereal with water. Like what?
Yeah. Oh, that's.
However,
bad.
I will say, in the past, I have both chewed on popcorn so long that it dissolved in my mouth, like the first
Okay.
thing, and
Yeah.
also dunked my popcorn in orange juice and ate it that way.
What?
Okay, that sounds horrible.
Hang on a second.
That second thing sounds
go
yucky.
into the Discord
Awful.
call.
I'm gonna honestly say yuck on that. I'm gonna give a yuck report.
There we go. Blocked? Okay.
Instead of yuck reports.
Yeah. Blocked, deafened,
Deafened, muted.
I mean, send me
deadened,
your audio anyway.
deadened.
You might have some funny things, but I'm not going to hear it. Okay, no. So all right. Doing a few pros, you need to go through 3 pros, and that will open up, like, other pro challenges, but also open up, game progression. Now, like, the Skateboard Mac and Thrasher will have more stuff for you to do.
Oh, that's cool.
It explained all that shit. But again, the other part of this video is death races. So we're going to spawn up at the top again. The first death race is down at that dam.
How do you feel the progression is overall? Is it like, do you like it more in this game? Do you feel like it's less slow? You get to see more stuff at a time? In this
Yeah,
game?
I mean, it leaves it more up to you. Again, like, as soon as everything opens up, you could start the first death race and go down that path instead of having to wait, and do... get 75% through the game to get to the next one.
Oh my god, did that guy just die?
He dropped something when you killed him.
Here we go again.
He dropped coins.
Yeah, our boy Freeway here is back, and so are death races.
I don't know, Sam. You sure about this?
Oh, come on. Grow some, dingo.
Oh, hey. Y'all know why we're here. How about a moment of silence for Fabio? All right, ante up, ladies. Hey, I know you. Been a while. Got any money?
Oh my god, I can't believe it. Jeez. Fabio died.
Fabio fucking
know who
died.
That was.
Yeah.
Oh, you can bet on these now?
Yeah.
Yes.
For some reason, like, you could place bets, and you know, if you win, you basically win 4 times what you bet, and you're really not at any chance of losing the money, considering if you know you're going to lose the race, just pause and restart. And
wait,
that's
I was
not
say
going
you
to,
can
like,
just
take away
do
your
that.
money.
You can restart over and over and get the money. Holy shit! I didn't know that.
So I guess these death races are a really good way of getting early cash.
I know I told you this. I wasn't 100% sure, but I was fairly sure when I played through the game, I was able to just restart races and not lose my money. Did you test that yourself in settings?
Yes.
And you verified that you just don't lose your money?
Right. So especially when you get up to the later death races and can bet up to, like $10,000 or so. Yeah, do that, and then if you're gonna lose, just restart. Now, I didn't test quitting the event. That might make you lose your cash, but as long as you're down to play the death race till you win, you can get that bank. But on the subject of death races, I mean, they're the same. But obviously, since the landscape is, like, cooler, you can do cooler stuff, and yeah.
They also have, like, unique soundtracks now.
I wonder if the money for the death races was there to incentivize people to actually play them more, other than for progression, because I feel like death races weren't the most popular thing in the world, so maybe they wanted to have more reason for you to do them, like getting 4 times as much money as normal.
But I mean, like, that's...
The only other thing in the game that they added the wager system for were the skate games, which no one liked either.
Yeah, I was gonna say, maybe this is like just to get you to do it more.
We will pay you.
Or perhaps not to get you to do it more, but to make you less annoyed.
Yeah.
I don't think that's
rewards of it.
I don't think that's a problem. I don't think that's a bad thing at all. I mean, that's basically just they're looking at the first game and going, "Here's how people felt about these things. Let's incentivize them to play more of the game." Right?
Yeah.
So like, if you get a real tangible reward for playing these events that you wouldn't get for other ones, fine. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I mean, like, they put more effort into the death races in this game. Like, there's a whole death race path. Meanwhile, the skate thing, there's one bonus skate mission, and then can you spell girl, which I'm not gonna do. Like, they took out skate as much as they could without actually getting rid of it. Meanwhile, they really leaned into death racing more.
Right. Yeah. So, like, they're like, look, if you didn't like it in the first game, you're not going to play it unless we incentivize it.
Yeah, exactly.
And we've also revamped it, which is why it would be good for
Oh, that's a sick glitch right there. Look at him go. Look at him go.
Yeah, okay.
Ow,
so
face first.
There are glitches in Skate 2, with the addition of all these systems, like getting off your board and whatever, and I'm gonna have fun with them,
Hell
yeah, so there's a very popular launch glitch. I don't need to go into all the button commands right now, or so you can look it up, but yeah, basically, You can launch your guy up into the air like that, and it's very helpful with doing the various Thrasher Hull of Meat, Annals of Meat, Annals of Meat stuff.
I think it's
Annals of Meat.
Anal meat.
Anal meat. Anal meat challenge.
Yeah,
And of course, we gotta check Slappy's
deathcore
blog. He always has something to say.
Oh, that's Slappy.
That was the introductory death race, and things are in this game, like the different types of events are usually going to be kind of grouped up into blocks. So like there's going to be 3 death races here as part of this, the res system. And then, once you get past those, the next ones will be the King of the Mountain event. So that's kind of how I've grouped them here, the 3 here that are the res or whatever, and then we'll consider the King of the Mountain one as, the next one, which I'll get back to after showing kind of the first block of all the other various stuff,
Yeah.
I like this intro or such. Like the race starts when the guy throws the beer can down. It's really kind of a not independent, but
I wish you could. Could you sketch on him?
He's cheating.
Woo!
You killed that man.
No,
Clay.
I was trying. I was gonna be like, well, you're sketching that car. Fuck you. I'm gonna sketch this car. I'm in front of
this car's way faster. Look at it. It's like a sports car.
Yeah, because cars speed up when you sketch them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they do. Yep. They drive slow until you grab it back up, and then they speed up because this game is nice to you.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have cars going max speed all the time, so you can't grab them.
Yeah. When I was when I'm driving around, if someone starts sketching on the back of my car, I reverse.
Oh, well.
I'm
Sounds
also
like
psychotic. I have
Yeah.
very big problems.
Did you ever figure out the speed tip where if you push forward and push forward on the stick, like you're doing the vert thing, and also push at the same time, you go ever so slightly faster?
You mean pumping? Or
yeah, when you pump
pumping.
and push at the same time on flat ground, you'll go just a little faster. Did you ever
I
do
think
that?
so. I think, yeah, you just did it right there.
Yeah, he did
I don't
it
know
right
if that's
there,
an actual... because it's such a slight boost if it is something that it's enough to convince you that it's not real.
Oh, no. I don't know if it was ever talked about in the game, but it was definitely real. Like, I did it all the time in death races just to maintain fast speed on flat ground.
Do you think it was intentional?
No, I don't think it was. It's not talked about
Maybe.
anywhere. I don't.
Yeah,
I think it's a bug with the physics.
It sounds like just a happening of physics when so many other things in this game are intentionally based around like, oh, going from a crouch to a standing up will help your momentum, so and so. Yeah. I mean, death races are fine. Again, I just kind of, they say like, oh, 3 good pushes and that'll get you up to speed or whatever, but I just feel like an asshole when it feels like there's so many flat ground areas where you're going to be losing speed that you feel like you need to just keep pushing the whole time.
Always push. Always.
I know.
Push.
You watch people watch Benedict's videos or other people's videos. It's like, why are you pushing all the time? Like, but again, there's so many flat spots that it's just instinctual to keep yourself at max speed.
Anyways, you made $12,000 over those past 2 challenges.
I want to bring something up that's not related to death races, but it's just related to this game. And I mean, we mentioned shredders in the previous week's recordings. So shredders, a snowboarding game, nice little snowboarding game on Xbox Game Pass and Steam. But that was kind of the issue. One, it was a little too little. Like, I've played 7 hours, and the last few of those were going for various other achievements, and I feel like I've done everything I want to in that game. But 2, the cutscenes, despite not really being offensive or anything, they're innocent, but just got so grating that I started skipping them halfway through the thing. And Shredders is kind of the same layout. You're a fictional guy who does not talk. You have a fictional buddy who does talk, kind of for you or whatever, and interacts with other various characters and some pros. Kind of like here with you, and I mean, the other people are real, but Retta being the mouth, and all the other various pros. But while the dialogue and the stuff in Shredders just made me want to stop listening to all of that. It just compares to here where, sure, it's just skateboarders talking and such, and it's not like there's a big plot or whatever, but I like the cutscenes, it feels natural and I enjoy hearing them talk to each other. No one does a bad job and I never feel like I want to skip them, I mean, they're just so much better in this game. The script, of just, what are you going to say? It is so much better in these games.
I'll be honest, I like the cutscenes and Shredders. I know what you were experiencing with Scotty being just a complete idiot. Like
Scotty's so fucking dumb. And like the thing in Shredders was it would be like, okay, there's 3 different missions where you have to follow the same pro and like match their line or beat them. And instead of it being like one cutscene at the start, like, okay, go do 3 of these things and we'll meet back up afterwards. Each single event would have a cutscene where it was like, hi, I'm Jill, I'm the person giving you the mission. Hi, I'm Scotty, fuck you, I'm gonna be annoying and stupid. And it was just like, it got very close to a line of where there would be way too much cutscene for the amount of gameplay between them. Kind of like the problem with American Wasteland, you know?
Gotcha.
Yeah,
but
like,
again, so it's just crazy where it's like, this series, Skate, you know, you and Retta just go talk to a guy, but it sounds natural. I don't want to skip it. I don't hate it. You know, it's something you can only appreciate when you play another game where the cutscenes are basically the same, but you just hate them whenever they come up.
My new game features a guy, and his name's going to be Scotty, and he's going to start every cutscene with, hi, I'm Scotty, and I'm annoying. Fuck you! It's going to be...
I don't know if you finished what you wanted to say, Turo.
I was going to say, like, my opinion of Scotty was very much like a V-shape. Like, in the middle of the game, I very much got tired of him, and then as I got closer to the ending, I was like, all right, I've come back around on you, Scotty. You're fine. I don't hate you.
V-shape and not a U-shape.
Yeah,
see, my opinion was the first half of a V, the diagonal line,
except
and then it hit the bottom and then buried through the soil and kept going because I just started skipping the cutscenes. So I guess Scotty never got a chance to redeem himself, but I didn't give him a chance, and I didn't want him to.
Jesus.
And again, it wasn't just him. I mean, we're talking about this too much. Basically, Shredders gave me like 6 hours of enjoyment for a $30 game. I never felt like I got the flipping down. Like, even at the very end, I could line up for like a flip and spin, do it perfectly, or I could do like the same thing in my head, be slightly off, and do the slowest fucking flip and spin ever in the world, guaranteed to crash me on my head. You know, I don't know. I feel like you hear me actually feel emotional, be invested in this, which is weird. But it's like so many games I like, you know, skipped because I don't really play new games or whatever. Like, I just really passed up Riders Republic, and that's actually seemed to turn out really, really, really well. So finally I was like, okay, this is a new Extreme Sports release. I'm going to buy this release. And apparently I bought the worst one possible, because it was really mediocre, really middling, and not worth $30.
I gotta say, I would absolutely love it if your channel became like gameplay of some other game, and then an impromptu entirely like, you know, just like random game reviews. Like, that'd be great.
So you
that'd
want
be a
him to
great
become a
gimmick
commentary
for
channel.
Yeah.
Because that's basically what commentary channels
But
were.
like, commentary channels will play, they'll have CS:GO running in the background, and it's not like you're playing through that game. There's no progression from video to
I
video.
see what you mean. So every video of his Let's Play is a review of a different game, while he's also
completely
Let's
different
playing
game,
the entire game.
but at the same time, like, you don't know what game it's gonna be, and also we don't know what game it's gonna be as his co-hosts.
Yeah, just like,
and like, he may not even mention a new game.
I always just like it kind of annoys me, it kind of frustrates me, because I always get to some things so late, you know. Let's play the Tony Hawk series so late, SSX series so late, Skate so late. I pass up these games as they come by, you know, Steep, Riders Republic again, and then finally it's like, okay, I will be on the ball with trying out this new release. And again, it was very mediocre. It's exactly what we were talking about in Skate 1, about like Session and Skater XL, and I had words, but I didn't want to say them. I thought they were too mean. So instead I sounded really stumbling and bumbling. It's that with all these indie devs and early releases, you have to end up playing the worst versions of the game. Because, well, you know, now they'll go in and add more content, you know, patch it and such, whatever. But that initial release is the worst version. Like it's always, don't take for granted when major game studios actually care about your genre, because like major game studios used to drop $60 amazing extreme sports games that are 100 times what any, you know, indie dev could make. Like,
That's-
Amped 2 just showed up on shelves for $59.99 and would give you hundreds of hours of gameplay and enjoyment.
That's what I was talking about in the Skate 1. That's what I was talking to you about last year when I was playing Skater XL, about how I was sad that they don't do this anymore because of exactly that. Indie games cannot compete.
I didn't.
I mean, we've been talking about that since early access games was like a thing, right?
But I again really kind of skipped Skater or Session and Skater XL, so now this is me running into it. But I mean, okay, so yeah, you see glitches and such, and honestly, kind of the glitches have boosted. I don't want to say my enjoyment of the game, but I've always been the guy who loves doing random shit. Like, super bouncing back in Halo 2 was super fun. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to be throwing in these launch glitches, all these funny little things. I mean, because you're not going to run into them in regular gameplay. It's not a game-breaking thing. It's just like, let me do this button combination and go flying,
Yeah.
And it doesn't completely cheese the game. It's like,
No, it only makes the Hall of Meat challenges easier and helps you get out of bounds sometimes, but other than that, you're not really going to be using them much for anything in terms of progression.
All right, next time we're going to be doing a bunch of contests, but that's going to be really fun. Check that out.